Welcome to this third in a series of screencasts on secondary resources. This screencast will cover legal encyclopedias, and up next in screencast 4, we'll cover hornbooks and treatises. Encyclopedias are overviews of the law, just like encyclopedias that you'd use in grade school or secondary would be overviews of whatever topic that you'd want to look up. They're finding tools. In this case, and in the legal arena, they're finding tools for cases and statutes. Print and online versions are available. You would update print volumes with pocket parts or supplements. And remember, with online versions, you want to always look at the scope note by clicking on the information related to the database, which I'll remind you in a minute, to see how updated the particular resource that you're looking at is. There are different types of encyclopedias that cover different things. There are comprehensive national resources that cover U.S. law. American Jurisprudence Second and Corpus Juris Secundum, or AmJur Second and CJS, cover very comprehensive U.S. law. They're available in print, but also on Lexis and Westlaw Next. AmJur Second is on Lexis and Westlaw Next, and CJS is just on Westlaw Next. There are comprehensive state resources. For example, Texas Jurisprudence is one of them. Larger states usually have their own encyclopedias or other special resources like Texas, New York, Florida. Little states like New Mexico don't have their own encyclopedias or special resources. Typically, poor state, we're not very litigious, so not many cases are coming before the court. It's related to population. There are also international jurisdictions, so you might have the International Encyclopedia of Laws and Contracts, for example, outside of U.S. law. They can also be subject-specific. Publication causes of action and proof of facts. They will help you immensely as practitioners and in clinic. We'll go over those later. We're not going over those secondary sources first because you're doing research for maybe not papers, but clerkships or outside jobs, and hopefully those resources will be useful to you. How do you use an encyclopedia? Well, in print, and it's always good to know how to use the print in case you don't have a premium or expensive subscription to this stuff online. The index is the perfect place to go at first when you're using and looking up materials in encyclopedias. So the index, there are usually a few volumes of the index at the end of all of the hard copy volumes on the shelf. They're usually sections and subsections that you want to be looking in. So the topic, say you find a topic and the description of the topic is wrongful discharge, you would find the topic and then drill down into more specific areas of law. So in this particular example, if you look into wrongful discharge and you want to look on handbooks and manuals, it's kind of blurry in here, I apologize, you would look under general sections, wrongful discharge, and then sections 22, 23, 24, 72. Okay, so they're giving you section numbers. We're used to seeing volume numbers of resources. Generally here, when looking up cases, you're used to seeing a reporter number and then page numbers. Number 44 or number 24 here, they don't mean the volume, it means section numbers within a certain area. First, you find the term on the outside of the encyclopedia. Right here, wrongful discharge falls in this range, and it's actually in the end of the range right here. Wrong dist, sections 22 to 24, it'll actually be in there. And then when you open up that volume in wrongful discharge, you then flip to the section number here, and it'll actually give you section 23, and it'll give you the text of what they're referring to. Manuals is not part of employment contract. So know what your citations are, and if you need to, look at the Blue Book or Beavers and see how you're supposed to cite Corpus Juris Secundum or AmJur. Where do you find this online? Again, these encyclopedias, such as American Jurisprudence, are available on Westlaw Next. If you start typing in on the top search bar of the page American Jurisprudence or AmJur, it'll suggest American Jurisprudence Second, and indeed that's what you want. It'll even give you other titles like proof of facts, trials, legal forms, and so forth. So going further, you can actually also find the general index. If the terms that you're typing in AmJur aren't working, try then searching through this general index. They've database-ized that as well, as you can see in this drop-down box. CJS is also on Westlaw Next. If you type in CJX, they actually offer you the index as the main volumes of database-ized that you can search. AmJur is available on Lexis Advance. If you go on Lexis Advance and start typing things in the word wheel in the main search box of the home page, it'll actually suggest to you that particular resource that you can search. If you go on Lexis Advance and you actually browse by sources, this Browse tab right here, click on Sources, find a source, American Jurisprudence, and the word wheel brings it up. You search that source. Here's the scope note, by the way, this I symbol. If you click on that, it'll actually give you the coverage is from 2002 to 2014. It's updated regularly, and the frequency is annual. So that's the information note. If you click this drop-down box, you can either type in Get Documents if you have a specific site, but you can actually also add the source as a search filter. That's just saying at the top search box, as you can see up here, if you wanted to type in a term like wrongful termination, it would then search within this particular publication and your second. Let's search for wrongful termination. We have tons of different types of terms, which is great. Another way that you can search for this, and it's not so great because you didn't really narrow it that much because it can appear anywhere, you might actually want to look for it in the table of contents, which can be just as, if not more, useful. You can scroll through. As we know, we can look actually under wrongful discharge summary, and then you can drill down almost in outline format. Tort claim, particular type of employees, theories, contractual basis, drilling down forward, further, and then click into the actual sections and explore things that way. Unilateral modification. And I'll actually give you what they say. So this particular title has been authored by these people. They describe unilateral modification, and then if you bounce down, you can see what cases they actually refer to as well. They give you other references that you can refer to. These aren't cross-references necessarily, but these refer you outside to, say, digest volumes or ALR volume. They give you cases, and so forth. In this screencast, number 3, we covered legal encyclopedias. Up next in screencast 4, we'll cover hornbooks and treatises.